Welcome to episode 1 of the Rozay Audio Experience. My name is Rozay, and I am joined here today with our very first guest, Mr. Starlight. I will give him a chance to introduce himself in un momento, but I just want to let you guys know what's going on. So if this is your first time here, which I'm assuming it will be for everybody considering it's the first episode, this is my own podcast. It's going to be centered around mobile gaming, but it can also expand to just gaming as a whole. Or who knows, man? Maybe I'll bring a porn star on at some point. It doesn't matter. This is basically just my podcast.
Can I be in that?
Yes, absolutely. So,
all right.
There are no limits to the topics. We're going to talk about gaming. We're going to talk about mobile gaming. We're going to talk about any and everything. Do you do anal? That could be one of the questions that I ask everybody. I mean, who knows? There are no bounds to this podcast. So with that being said, there's no better way to transition. Mr. Starlight, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, I'm Starlight. I am your friendly neighborhood Twitch streamer. You know, partnered on Twitch, baby, just like Rozay over here.
Casual flex.
I play like semi-professional Clash Royale, and I've been in the game, like for Clash Royale, I've been in the community for like 3 years, so ever since it was released globally. And yeah, right now I just play casually, to be honest. So
you, why are you slowing down?
Because I was depressed and fat as fuck, and I needed to turn my life around. So I ended up getting a job, going to the gym, doing jiu-jitsu and shit, you know, down almost 50 pounds. It's great.
Goddamn. Good answer.
Yeah, 4 months. 4 months, by the way, so it's progress.
What, 4 months since you started working out and like kind of get serious with that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
50 pounds in 4 months. That's like good.
Yeah. Well,
how much?
I mean, like,
what's your goal? Like, are you gonna keep going, or are you good where you're at?
200 around there is like would be my goal, but like whatever makes me happy, you know. Like I'm not gonna kill myself over dieting and exercising and shit.
Yeah, dude, you don't need an 8-pack. Like,
exactly.
Dude, chicks don't even like it. Dude, I've asked so many chicks. Like, chicks do not like 8-packs or 6-packs or any like over chiseled dudes, and I understand why now. It took me a while to understand because like. Guys that, you know, I feel like all guys have this image where like they got to be super jacked to get chicks and like all that kind of stuff, but they don't. That's why dad bods are a thing, man. Dad bods are in because it's like more approachable, and then like chicks they want to be the better looking of the two in the relationship, right? So that way if you're kind of like, you know, a little chunky or, you know, whatever, but I mean, like if they're walking around with like a 10 out of 10 dude that's ripped, like most girls are, you know, I shouldn't say most girls. 2019. Some girls will feel a little self-conscious, you know, maybe their guy could go get another girl, you know, whatever, you know, so like dad bods are in is what I'm getting at. Not overweight, you know, there's a difference between having a dad bod and just being like a straight
like all we ask of people is to be relatively healthy, you know, like that's all we ask. Like don't eat cupcakes and you know, and McDonald's every day, you know. Yeah, and exercise, you know, not regularly, but like at least once in a while, you know, get out there in the world.
Define once in a while.
Well, for me, like for my preference, okay, buddy, for my preference, it would be like, you know, like do something once a week, you know, that would be like you know, do something like go hiking or something, you know,
get a good sweat in at least once a week.
Yeah, that's like my preference, you know. Since I recently started working out and stuff like that, like obviously, like if I keep going this trend that I'm going at, eventually I hit the point where it's like, yeah, I'm like really slim and skinny and stuff, and then, you know, like I'll have like obviously have like standards and shit, you know.
I look like we were talking about it before the stream, but I look like a freaking skeleton. But one thing I will notice is that I've lost a considerable amount of weight, and it has made my jawline noticeably better, because people say that they see that I lost weight and they see it in my face, because my body doesn't look all that much different, right? But you can see it in my face because it made I got that presidential jawline. Well, it's not exactly crazy, but it's better, you know. The more, I mean, you know, as you lose weight, you know, you kind of lose it in the face too, right? I mean, you lost 50 pounds. I'm sure you could see a difference when you like just do a headshot.
Oh yeah, dude. If you look back at my old streams, bro, like there's a huge difference. But like obviously, I still have like, you know, like, you know, like double chin. I mean, and all that, you know. But I
could do that. You know, anybody can. I could get 9 chins if I wanted to right now too. That's not a big deal, but okay. So getting back. Okay, see, we're already derailed. You did your intro, and we're already okay.
Podcast.
Anyways, so I got to get through like the scripted questions first here, you know, just to kind of establish the foundation of what's going on.
Yeah.
So you got into the game 3 years ago when it first released, right?
Globally. because like I didn't like my brother actually downloaded it like through a Canadian account, like Chief Pat, he saw a Chief Pat video. But I got in. I was like, nah, I'll just wait for the global release. I wasn't, I wasn't one of those kids.
So it came out in like January or something, right? Like I think
it came out in January for like the beta, and then the global release was March. It was either in the beginning of the March or no, it was definitely no, never mind. It was definitely in the beginning of March. Definitely like March. Like I remember I woke up one day like before I went to school. I downloaded it. All my friends are playing it. Like I have like that.
Who told you about it? Like how did you find it?
My brother.
Okay, because so he found it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big fan of Clash of Clans, Chief Pat, CWA.
Did you play Clash of Clans before that?
Yes, I did. For like low on the low key, like
right, because that's how I found out about it too. Like I was in college at the time, and all my roommates and my buddies were in a clan, and they spam, as soon as you sign on to Clash of Clans, they spam you with notifications like, we got a new game, that kind of shit. So that's how I found out about it. So whenever they started doing that, that's when I started playing. So whatever that was, I got my 3-year badge, so at least 3 years ago, but 3.5 probably now. But yeah, okay, so you've been playing for 3 years, you're semi-pro, but you're slowing down, so give me like a rundown of what your semi-pro career, if you want to call it, like what's that all about, that scene? Like did you win any tournaments, did you place in any tournaments, like so top ladder finishes, what's going on?
Top 200 finishes have happened. I'd rather just not talk about it anymore because of terms of service with Supercell. But when it comes to like competitive and stuff like that, like I was on Nova Team and Sandstorm. If you remember those two teams.
Nova like esports?
No, well, Nova Team. Like it was called Nova Team. Like it wasn't like it obviously no. This was before CRL. This was like 2017.
Okay.
So like I was on those two teams for a little bit. I got to meet Bag and Razzer through the Nova Team, and I got to meet the God RF, Allen, and all them on the Sandstorm team.
Right. So before they were big time.
Yeah, way before that. Guys. You know what the funny thing was though? I think I might have been able to like get top 10 in CCGS, but I didn't know that you could join more than one qualifier of like the brackets. Like those clans that they had you join. I thought you could only join one of them. I didn't know you could join multiple ones and see which one you can get.
So you only had like one attempt to kind of qualify, is what you're saying?
I thought that was the case. It turns out you could enter into multiple ones.
Interesting. See,
so
I wasn't like that. I started streaming a year ago, right? And before I started streaming, I was not like serious about this game. Not like that, right? Where I was like, I don't know anything about those competitions, like nothing. I was just a casual player, and I was like slightly better than all of my friends, right? So I was like, I think I could start streaming this. Because when I first started streaming, little fun fact, this is, put the spotlight on me kind of thing right now. When I first started streaming, shout out to the Cash Man. I downloaded Twitch shortly after Ninja popped, right? I wasn't on Twitch before that. So I downloaded Twitch, and I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to do this, dude. Like, even since I was like 12, 13, I was like, dude, I want to make YouTube videos. But I never had the equipment or know-how, right? Because I used to be a G at Call of Duty, man. I was a fucking controller god.
I wouldn't.
At least I'll say so. But yeah, so I always wanted to do that, never knew how. Then I downloaded Twitch. I was like, all right, dude, it'd be kind of cool if I started streaming, right? But the only two games I played were like Call of Duty, Fortnite, and then Clash Royale 2, so I guess 3 games. And I obviously, like, the first 2 were like super oversaturated where there's no room for growth as a new streamer. So then I looked at Clash Royale section, and there was like 3 people streaming, and one of them was Cashman. I just happened to pop in his chat for 10 minutes, and in that 10-minute period, he's like, he was reading a message or reacted to chat or something. He's like, yeah, I've only been streaming for like 2-3 weeks now, and I checked on his page, and he already had a couple hundred followers, and I was like, okay, shit, so there's some room for growth here. You can actually get some exposure. So I kind of just monitored the scene for a little while and noticed that nobody streamed from 9 p.m. to midnight my time. No one, like, all the big streamers would be done by then. So I was like, okay, hey, what if I did this? So then, a couple months later, actually, it took me a while to get going and actually, like, think I was going to do it. But yeah, so I started streaming a couple months later, and here we are now, super WH Omega lulz still, but we're at least on the map of Twitch, so... That's
being verified and partnered on Twitch is no joke,
Yeah, and even with the amount of we're both probably right around 5,000 followers, right, at the time of recording.
I'm at 6,000.
Yeah, we get it, dude. Had to do it, dude. You could have just nodded your head, you could have just been like, yeah, right around there somewhere, we're probably both in the same, but okay, got it. It's your podcast now, dude. Fuck. Uh, um, God, now I'm derailed because I've just been one-upped on my own podcast. Fuck.
Well,
Okay,
I mean,
so where I was going with that,
7K right now.
Of course, dude, the casual flexes just don't stop, huh?
Yep.
So,
All right, continue. Sorry.
I don't even know how I got down that path of why okay, so how did you start streaming? Is what I was going to transition to. I don't know what got me on that, but
Okay,
what made you start streaming?
Yeah, so this started in 2017 when I got my first PC. It was pre-built, $500. Ass of a PC. I hated it. But it got me to streaming on YouTube. Actually, like I didn't even start on Twitch. I started on YouTube. So like there's like a handful of OGs that remember me on YouTube. I remember one time, like at most I got like 151 viewers at one time. I was like, this is lit. I was able to get like I was gaining subscribers pretty quickly, for considering like a first few months and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sadly, school kind of caught up with me and I had to like slow down and stuff like that, which really sucked. Like that's when the game was at its peak, like when there was like the most viewers and it was like the most active. Like it would have been great for me if I kept going, but my PC
my God,
was,
yeah.
yeah, my PC was ass though. Like I was like I need to pass junior year of high school, which I did. So I was
priorities
kick in
with
that. Yeah. So after that, it was with Twitch. Fun fact, I actually have a video on YouTube. It was like one of my very first videos where I recorded it and I got matched up against CWA and I freaked out. I was like, I literally just freaked out. I was like, no way, no. And I beat him because it's CWA.
CWA, we love you.
I love you, bro. Absolute amazing person. The best, like one of the best people I know in any community, out of every single community.
He's the man. Don't even get me going because I could go for an hour on how great that dude is.
Yes.
This will become CWA's podcast and he's not even here. Don't get me going.
So anyways,
that's the man.
So yeah, like that's how small I was. That's how small I was at the time. So I started streaming on Twitch after I graduated high school because I was like I had a broken ankle. I couldn't do much at all because like I broke my ankle like the day Avengers Infinity War came out. I was like so excited to see it, but I couldn't because I was in the hospital.
How'd you break your ankle?
Please don't.
You don't have to say it if you don't want, but
it was during PE. We were playing softball and I ended up sliding into second base and basically it's hard to describe through voice, but like my as I was sliding, like my ankle kind of just went up against it, my foot kind of just went upwards and it's like against the cushion or whatever you want to call it. Like it's not even a cushion. They're hard as fuck. So that's how that happened. Like me just being stupid. But yeah, so I just basically had a lot of time, and I couldn't really do much. So, basically what ended up happening was I ended up borrowing my friend's PC because my PC was completely under like a joke. My PC was a joke. Like I still had the same PC, the same $500 joke. And it was actually Nicole who actually helped me get started and stuff because I knew her and she had started streaming before I got back into the community because like earlier that year I actually quit, quote unquote quit, 2 months before CRL was announced. I quit 2 months before CRL was announced. Yes.
Like delete the whole game, everything?
Yes. I took a break. And everything.
So what brought you back?
Just the sheer joy of the game, that like memories that I had, and I'll go ahead and try it again, Now that I'm graduated, like I there's nothing really holding me back. Like I'll do it, And again, Nicole really helped me. She like gave me a lot of. She's the one who introduced me to my graphic designer. She's the one who introduced gave me all these hosts and like big raids and stuff. It was awesome. I like when I came back into the game, I didn't really think it was going to be much, but it just ended up being a lot bigger than I thought.
How'd you meet Nicole? Like through like competitive shit or something?
So I met her when she joined Synergy. Back, you remember Synergy when it was?
Nah, it wasn't serious like that back in the day, dude. I didn't take the game that serious. I knew nothing about competitive events, nothing.
So basically, it started with In the Light, then came Alpha, and I can't remember the other clan's name, but basically they ended up joining another, the Alpha clan ended up merging with another clan. And they named it Synergy. So she ended up joining the clan with her weird ass giant graveyard freeze deck. right? Because she was like really high. Well, I was the one
She
actually
played for like 2 years straight. Yeah, she still plays to this day.
So I actually accepted her, and we started talking and stuff. And she wanted me to pretend to be her boyfriend, just like have everyone else back off,
Oh, so she used you.
She was like 14 at the time, bro. I didn't know that. I was like, what? Then again, I was like 16. I was like 17, 16. So like,
no, at that age, it's not. I don't want to say it's not weird because like, then I'll get grilled. I mean, it's a high school. It's a high school relationship at that point. I mean, it wasn't an actual relationship, but like that happens.
Yeah. So I completely backed off when I was 18, because she kept her age hidden for a little bit. I didn't,
I had no. The first time I saw her streaming, I had absolutely no idea. I was like, this girl's either 13 or 27. I have no idea how old she is.
Makeup can do that, bro. Makeup does that shit.
I didn't think she wore that much. It's just like Asian people age so well that like.
Oh yeah, that too. Like what? Like it's actually like I get kind of jealous of.
They age like wine, man. We're out here aging like
like these 80-year-old Asian people, and they look like they're in their 60s. It's insane.
Yeah, so I had no idea. So I was like, I'm just gonna stay away from that because who knows what's going on there. So yeah, okay. So Nicole got you industry. Okay, so why'd you flop from YouTube to Twitch then?
Because she was doing Twitch.
Oh, bad.
And my YouTube was inactive as hell. So
I wonder why she did Twitch. I wonder why she opted Twitch. I'll get her on here one of these days because that's a good question. You can get way more views on YouTube, man. There's just way more viewers, especially international. There's a lot of viewers on YouTube. Like I mean, you got B-Rad, like he pulls like 1,000 concurrents easily
on YouTube. Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, like if any of us like we can't because we're Twitch partners, we have to do exclusives. But it would be great to even if we could like multi-stream. How great would that be? Like stream on Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, Pornhub, awesome. Stream on all those places at one time. Oh my god, dude, my career would take off.
Oh, never mind. Yep, that sounds like a great idea. Yep.
Oh, okay. Nothing. We're not hung up on anything. We're good.
Nope.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, so if we could multi-stream, that'd be great. But the Twitch contracts. Twitch, I love you. Nothing wrong with your contracts at all. Actually, don't ban me, please. Jesus Christ. Where was I going with that? I don't know where I was going with that.
Getting Nicole.
Oh yeah, okay. Twitch versus YouTube. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. So you still have that YouTube, right? And do you post ever?
Yeah, I did for a little bit, but like ever since I took a break 4 months ago now, I haven't really uploaded anything. Like I remember I made a video, but I literally made a video last week, but I just couldn't upload it for some reason. Like I converted it, or whatever you want to call it, into like an HD file or whatever, and it just wouldn't open. I think it has something to do with my intro, because my intro is it's an MP4 file and it can't be opened on Sony without being like a WMV file or something. I don't know, some weird shit.
Yeah,
it's confusing.
Technical shit. You could just cut out the intro and see what happens.
Yeah, I could cut out the intro. I should have just, but I'm kind of picky when it comes to like the content that I release.
I know, dude. I fucking hate that. I'm the same way. I haven't posted a video in like a month or two, and every once in a while someone will pop in my chat and just grill me for it. They won't grill me, but like I'll turn it into a self-grilling. They'll just be like, dude, you haven't posted in a while, and then I'll just grill myself for 2 minutes on why I don't post. But in a nutshell, I'm just running a long time. Dude, if you need more water, you can go get more water.
No. I was pointing out to, like, why was I drinking that when there was nothing in it? Moving on.
Okay. My trade. Yeah, I don't post to YouTube anywhere near as much as I should. It's a time crunch thing, but I mean, really, if I'm being honest, I do have the time. I would just have to really like kind of budget it well. And then also, like, the thing that does best on YouTube for Clash Royale is like top ladder, right? So like you could do that. You could do that. Me, on the other hand, I got to do like classic challenges and shit to do like different decks. I mean, I could do grand challenges, but like, I've never even gotten a 12-win GC because I am buns at the game. I don't do GCs all that often to begin with, but
okay. It's okay.
I've gotten to 11.
I went up with you again on your stream.
You cut out.
69,000 cards won.
Okay, you cut out for half that sentence, and I'm not going to let you repeat it. We're just going to move on. So, I self-deprecation hour with me right now. I do not have a 12-win GC under my belt. I have an 11, but I can only use like 2-3 coherent, if you can even call them that, 2-3 coherent decks on ladder. because it's my personal account, right? I don't push for anybody. I don't do that. I follow the Supercell terms of service absolutely flawlessly. So I can only play a couple decks on ladder, and that only allows for so much YouTube content, right? So if I want to make a video, I got to go into GC or something like that. And I don't know, bro.
It's like the scene of like content creation is mostly meant for the competitive scene.
Exactly, and as you may have guessed, I am not exactly a top tier competitor in the Clash Royale scene. So
like there's this, there's people like Vanos Gaming, like Merc Music, like they're good at the games that they play, but they're not pro level. But they just make fun content.
Are those like Spanish guys or those? They English? I never heard of them. Who? English?
Vanos Gaming and Merc Music.
Nah, bunch of who's. WH Omega Lol. Who? I don't know who they are. But okay. So most content creators, like the only content creators I know for YouTube that are not like pros are like CWA and like Booferette. I don't know how you say it. I think it's Booferette. Booferetti, maybe.
It has to be Booferette. Like if it's Booferetti, then just someone can just take me away to, I don't know, Amsterdam or something like that. I don't like. Why would it be Booferetti,
okay.
bro? Like I'm just
take him away to Amsterdam. I don't know why Amsterdam, but take him away. Put him on a boat. Yeah, so like those are the only two I can name off the top of my head that like aren't pros that still Night Owl. Night Owl, he's pretty big.
CWA posts like his channel's centered around pros,
Right, but he's not a pro himself. I mean, so yeah. So I guess CW is kind of like he's walking the fine line, but yeah. It's pronounced Booferetti. It is, according to the chat.
I don't like it. Anyways, Clash with Shane, OJ still up.
OJ, yeah, he's in like in his own category too, because he does like technical breakdowns and stuff. Like, he partners up with Supercell and gets like the early dev accounts.
I never really found his videos too helpful. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I mean, we're like his videos are definitely targeted at like beginner, intermediate people.
Yeah.
Whereas us top tier players, we're not gonna. He's not going to teach us a whole lot.
Right?
Yeah, we know everything.
Me,
yes, me and you know everything about the game. Yeah. Yes, top tier.
Totally.
So not much to learn there from good old OJ. Good guy nonetheless. Good guy, but
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so that's your that's the journey you've hit so far, right? So give me some future plans, right? Do you plan to continue streaming? Are you going to switch games?
A good one. I don't know what I want to. Do I want to dedicate my time to competitive and end up getting onto a CRL team, or do I focus on content creation and Twitch? Because I'm already, like people like to watch me, for some reason. Yeah. Like I'm already like I don't have to be this CRL player to get viewers, but when I have to like compete with people like Crap or Juicy J, like they're obviously going to get viewers and because they have the most clout.
Yeah, those guys are top notch though too.
I remember one night, like obviously, like I haven't beaten Juicy J since because he kind of just like he went way higher than me in skill wise. Like
that guy's consistently in the top 100. It is insane.
Yeah, no, I couldn't keep up with it because like I'm just not in I'm not in like any competitive groups or anything. I don't.
Yeah, no, he grinds it all day and night. Like that's his thing. Yeah. So I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, but like one time in his stream, like he had like I think like 50 more viewers than me, and I ended up beating him. And like people came into my chat, like just saying, "Oh my god!" It's like yeah, that's right. Come over here and watch me.
Not completely washed up, huh? Yeah, you can show up every once in a while. Yeah,
obviously I'm just playing, but that's just like an example of like. That's just like an example of like, do I want to spend my time being onto it? Because like if I do get onto a CRL, it'll be a shit ton of clout. It's gonna be like a ton of attention. Like I'm gonna be able to get a lot more followers. Or do I just just stay in my lane?
You'd have to dedicate a shit ton of time to get on a CRL team, and it's not even a guarantee. So it's like,
yeah, exactly.
Is it worth it? I don't know. Right now, just judging by your aura, it probably is not worth it.
So like at the beginning of this year, like I was able to get top 30 qualifiers, like that's all you had to do to like get your name on the board for CRL teams, but they
didn't pull anyone from that, right?
Exactly. No, they didn't because they already had all their teams picked. It was completely pointless, and it hurts even more where I quit the game like a few months before CRL was announced, So like yeah, like because of that, I just fell behind significantly in the game and in the community. So that really
Yeah.
sucks. But I think I don't know. Like I'm trying to see where this takes me. I'm personally happier than I've ever been. In my
But
life.
that's credited due to the working out and jujitsu
Yeah,
and
yeah,
getting your life
exactly.
on track.
So
You got a
I'm pretty
job and
sure
shit,
if I
right?
case, I would probably still be depressed. You know,
Cut out there. You said if you kept doing like the say that again. You just cut out.
if I got onto a CRL team, you never know, still being depressed.
Oh
Shit,
right. Why? Just too much time on video games, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wouldn't
Yeah,
have I
gotta
wouldn't
get out
have
of the house.
dedicated that time.
Gotta get out of the house. No, I totally feel you on that one, man. I am a big proponent for video games. I think they do great things. I love them. I've been playing them since I was a kid. I will continue to play them for as long as I may live. But goddamn, you got to get away from the screen every once in a while, dude. Because like I got a full-time job, and that's in front of a screen at a desk, right? So I sit here for 8 hours, and then I literally, if I could work from home sometimes too. So if I work from home, I'm literally at this desk from 9 a.m. to 5, and then I literally stay at this desk, and then I either watch Twitch or prepare for the stream or play Call of Duty or Fortnite or something, and then I stream from 9 to midnight. So I'm literally at a screen. I don't go outside my goddamn house, and that eats away. Like I could literally, if I do that for a couple weeks even, my mental state just goes to the shitter, man, and then my physical state does too. I mean,
You need that vitamin D, bro.
Yeah, and then we both live in places that you don't get that year round. I'm in Ohio, you're in Colorado, so I mean,
yeah, that's true.
can't like right now I can't go outside and get that, so it fucks with you. It fucks with you real hard. So I know the feeling, man. I've been there. Especially when I first started streaming, I would grind it so hard, low on sleep, the whole 9 yards. But yeah, you got to get outside. I'm learning that now, so I'm getting better at that.
For me, like I also like when I was like full-time streaming, I also like I was making some decent money. It wasn't like job material money, but like I was loving what I was doing.
Yeah, for playing video games.
Yeah. But but obviously now that I have a job, I'm making like maybe 10 times more money than I not 10 times.
An actual amount.
5 times more money. In actual amounts, like more money than I did, like just streaming and stuff, and I'm happier than I was, and like I have
all
a good
about,
sleep
man.
schedule. It's great, everything's great.
Happiness has got to be the goal. That's it. Not money. Happiness is the end goal. So however you get there,
yeah.
Respect it. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. So just get back in the gym, get the mind right. Good news. I'm gonna be I'm Mr. 24, still living at home, which is a strategic maneuver because I saved up a fuck ton of money. So then when I move out, I'll be set. It's a good launching point. So anyone in chat, anyone listening right now, swallow your fucking pride and live at home for a few years after you graduate high school or college or whatever. Save all of your goddamn money, and I mean all of it. No goddamn Gucci t-shirt, nothing. Okay? Save all of it, and then when you move out, you'll be able to get a nice place and then invest.
I'm guilty of recently buying a Virginity Rocks sweatshirt, so I should have probably heard that advice before, but
Virginity Rocks? That's not a brand, right? That's just, it like says that?
it just says on the shirt, yeah.
That's hilarious. No, I support that purchase 100%.
Okay, good.
That is not a waste of money in any way, shape,
Danny
or form.
Duncan.
Yeah, I don't know who Danny Duncan is, but
Oh, it's a website. Danny Duncan 69.
oh, what happens on that website? Dare I ask?
You buy merch. That's about it.
Who's Danny Duncan though?
I don't know. I have no clue. But
He just sells merch. Just a merch guy.
Just the name of the website. Why? Don't ask me these questions. Well,
I don't know. You sounded pretty like serious about this hoodie or sweatshirt, so I was trying to get some research, man. See what else they got.
all right, moving on.
I don't have another topic. All right, so we can't move on. You're not allowed. We have to stay on this.
I'm offended. All right. I'm down to go.
You think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding?
Fine, I'll ask you a question, bro.
Oh, God.
So, like, I remember we were going to talk about your ex.
Oh, so, dude, you had to do it, man. You had to fucking do it.
I have to do it,
First episode of the podcast, and we're getting into the nitty gritty, huh? All right. Someone in chat asked for this earlier, too, so.
Yeah.
Fuck it. So, yeah. I'm going to reciprocate this question, too, as soon as I'm done here, so start mentally thinking that. And if it even applies, because I've only had one girlfriend my entire life. Like an actual committed relationship, right? Like, I'm not talking about, like, Getting
I
with.
feel that.
One committed relationship. 2 years. It was junior and senior year of college, right? Which, in summary, it was very head buddy the whole time because I was 21 and she was 19 at the time, and I like to experience college and like go to the bars on weekends and hang out with my roommates and hang out with my friends. So I don't want to say she wasn't a priority, but she was definitely competing with a couple other things, right? I wanted to experience college. I didn't want to be that guy that stayed in on Friday and Saturday night to hang with my girlfriend. Like, fuck that. So there was a lot of headbutting there, and then
I do that without a girlfriend. So you're making moves.
You do what?
Just stay at home Friday and
Saturday. Yeah. I hear you. So, what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah. So, wait, what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought twice. That is so embarrassing.
You didn't. You didn't want to be that guy that.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. And then I was 2 years ahead of her, right? So I graduated, and she was still in school, so it was like long distance, which it wasn't a huge deal, but it just more tension, and then eventually just broke the camel's back, and she broke up with me, which was tough, but it was on both of our minds. Like, I was thinking about it too. She just pulled the trigger, but I mean, it was still tough because I was like, what the fuck? I didn't think she was gonna do it, to be honest. Kind of blindsided me, but I was like shit. But yeah, so that's the story of my one relationship. She's not watching the stream right now. There's literally no way. That's it. That's the experience. That is my dating experience. I will give dating advice to anybody, unsolicited, no matter what, because I feel like I know what I'm talking about, even though my resume speaks that I don't. But anyways, I'm gonna flip this on you now. Have you ever been in a committed, serious relationship? You're only 19, right? So it's no, I didn't think so.
No.
I wasn't in one until I was 19, 20 anyways. So I don't blame you one bit.
Like, I haven't been like in a relationship in general, like not even committed. Like,
I wasn't at your age either.
Well, like for me, my history with girls is horrible. It's dog shit. Like, because I got so, like, since freshman year of high school, I was hung up on this one girl throughout high school, basically, because I thought she was perfect for me. She was absolutely amazing. She is perfect for me, but I'm not perfect for her. That kind of situation, and like and then there's like other girls. It was just like horrible timing, like petty arguments and all that shit. Like nothing ever went right. Like nothing ever went my way, ever. Yeah. And it sucks ass. But I think, I don't know, looking back at it now, I think that was a good thing. It's
all a good thing. If there's one thing I learned, it's all a good thing. Everything, dude, it's so corny. It's like hippie shit, but like, everything happens for a reason. I hate that saying. I absolutely despise it. I think it's the corniest saying of all time, but it is very true.
Someone in the chat asked how old I was. I'm 19.
Yeah, he's 19. Yeah, no, it's super corny when you say it like that, but like,
but it's true.
You can't like regret, because like, I mean, there's so many, like, I learned so much. Like, it sucked when I got broken up with, and like for like a year I was like, fuck, like kind of fucked, right? Not like crazy fucked up in the head, but like,
man, she must have been a hella cutie.
That was the one thing she had going for her. But yeah, I mean, it fucks with you, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it totally fucks with you. This is like the 9th time I lost my train of thought. I make the mistake of looking at the chat, and then I'm fucked.
Well, someone brought up a question. If you want to like move on from this,
shoot.
Really good question. What is something you wish you had known before you started streaming? That's a very good question. Rozay,
take the lead, man. No, you take it. Yeah, you read it.
So one thing that I wish I knew before I started streaming. Oh man, that's a good one. Because like honestly, for me, like in my situation, I just I don't really have any regrets, because when I started streaming, I was already I had like a lot of support, a lot of love. So
wait, you cut out real quick. You were already what?
I already had everything going for me. Like I was good.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I was chilling. Like there's nothing really like I wish I knew before I started streaming. I honestly, for me, it's just I wish I just started sooner. Yeah.
Or
like I didn't give up back when I was on YouTube. That's like the main thing for me.
I totally get it, dude. Imagine if like either of us would have gone full go from like, I don't want to say day one of Clash Royale, but like, you know, capitalize on the game when it was in its prime.
Like back when everyone was playing,
moon.
you know?
Yeah, we'd be on the freaking moon right now.
Yeah.
100K, you know, crazy numbers. Absolutely crazy numbers. I don't know when CWA hopped on the train, but like, I'm sure he was an early guy. And I mean, you see how dude's creeping up on 1 million, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, I wish I would have hopped in like right when the game was in its wheelhouse. Oof. Yeah, that's definitely one of my. Although I couldn't, because like I didn't have a computer, and I was only able to start streaming because
you just kind of gotta accept that, you know, like same
yeah,
thing.
I was only able to start streaming because I had my work gave me a computer that was able to stream, and barely. Yeah, that's the only reason I was even considering starting streaming. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No. I was just gonna talk about like how, you know, those things, like it happened, you know, you just gotta accept it and, you know, make the most out what do you have, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So then, what was the exact question? Was what one thing you wish you would have known before you started streaming?
You wish you knew before you started streaming.
That. Okay, I don't know how to word this, but like my first few like before you started streaming, the one thing that I wish I knew was like I was told it, but I never fully wrapped it around my brain. Is that like the vibe you give out, and like it's so much more important to just have fun while you're streaming than anything that happens like during the gameplay or anything like that. Like my first few weeks of streaming, I was like fucking stressed because I would go for 4 hours and I was kind of nervous to have any set of eyes on me, right? Because I had never been in like any stage like that. Like I'd look up and at the time I'd have like 20 viewers or something like that, and I was like, god damn, 20 people, that's a lot. Like watching my every move, judging my gameplay, and I was like super like, oh my god, this is nerve-wracking. And the whole stream I would be super focused on the gameplay while also trying to read chat, trying to think of like witty responses, trying to be entertaining. I'd sit with perfect posture because I didn't want to seem like I was slouching or didn't care or whatever. Like I was like doing that for like 4 hours a night, 5 nights a week. It was like super mentally draining. And eventually I gave up on that completely. And I was just like, all right, fuck the gameplay. I'm just gonna have fun. And yeah, and
that's the whole point of streaming, bro. You just gotta love it. You just gotta love it.
That made the content so much better too, because I was actually relaxed and I would just dick around with chat. And like I used to like feel the need to rush into games because I feel like people would leave if I had too much of a time in between games. So I would be constantly clicking game. I would never have a chance to really like relax. So then that made streaming not as enjoyable. So I just wish I knew how like literally just have fun. I wish I would have known that and like comprehended it, because that's all it is, man. Like the viewers will catch that vibe. If you're just having a good time, it doesn't matter if you're losing every game. If you're having a good time, if you're making jokes, if you're chopping it up with the viewers, like the stream's gonna be good. You know, you don't need to be a top tier pro winning every game to have a successful stream.
And that's like the difference between Twitch and YouTube. YouTube, like people click on your top ladder gameplay or something like that, and on Twitch, it's like, hey, look, a streamer, you know, like fellow streamer in the Twitch community, in our small Twitch community, you know, let's check them out, you know.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately with Twitch too, there's not a whole lot of competition for us. Like on the browse page, the discoverability for Clash Royale is fantastic. So that's one of the benefits for us. I mean, kind of shifting topics here, I guess, but yeah, like if we were to stream like Fortnite or anything right now, like what do we have? Like
no, we would not get any attention. Yeah, we wouldn't get.
I mean, we might get a few from like our established audience, but like no room for growth, none. So there's just any game, there's less competition, so we don't need to be top 10 in the world at all times, right? We can just kind of do our own thing. You know, you can eat your clam chowder while you're playing, and we'll be good to go.
Fun fact: I
no pressure
for dinner just now. So
yeah, he had clam chowder, so that's where that came from. Oh, all right. So that is. I don't have any more script. Okay. That's a good idea. Yeah. Let's get some chat. If you guys have any questions for either of us right now, that would be a fantastic time to drop them. I know some of you guys dropped them earlier, but I blatantly ignored them, and I'm going to tell you to do it again now. So yeah. So feel free to drop your questions. I'll try and get to any of the good ones. If they're just like straight up ridiculous, I'll probably ignore it. But
yes, I'm Hispanic. Yeah, I am. Mexico. My family's my dad's family is like from Mexico City. My mom is from Morelos. So yeah, that was one of the questions in the chat.
Morelos?
Morelos.
Where's that, Mexico?
Yes, of course.
No. I don't think anyone knows where that is. It's not like Cancun or some shit. Like what?
No, yeah, that's true.
I don't fucking know. I live in Ohio, dude. I'm a white dude from Ohio that's left the country like twice. Like I don't know where that is.
Fair enough.
Let's hear my expert relationship advice, dude. What do you mean expert relationship advice? I've had one girlfriend.
You said you have like good dating advice.
Hang on. Am I single? Asking for a friend. That was a question in chat. I'm not making this up. Yes. And I have a feeling that you're also not asking for a friend. Not to put you on the spot there. But I have a hunch. But yes, if you guys want relationship advice, I am more than happy to give that to you. It is totally, like, I don't have a resume for that kind of shit. One girlfriend ever. 2-year relationship, so it's not like I'm not the most qualified by any means. But I do like to think that I'm a level-headed guy, and I can objectively look at a situation and help you guys out. So if you guys have any questions in that specific booth, I'm sure we could both help you. Our good buddy Starlight here has never had a girlfriend in his life, so I'm sure he's got some valuable insight too.
Yeah, I actually do. Like, I have a lot of people that come to me advice and shit on that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you got a different perspective on it.
I have a clear head, like I do have experience with girls. I know how to think, because I do have a feminine side to myself. So, like, I don't deny that. Like, I actually have people come to my stream where they ask, like I hope this isn't offensive, but are you gay? It's like, it's not an offensive question. It's like, it's a valid question because I do have a feminine side to me, I don't try to hide it. It's like, obviously when I'm around hot women, I will try to hide it. But, like on stream when I'm being myself, like, just gotta be yourself, don't try to hide it.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, I just saw a question in chat and I need to find it. What's your story with that girl star? I don't know what that means. Chat, come on, good questions here.
No, with the girl that I was hung up on since freshman year of high school.
Oh yeah, okay, duh. He said star, and I thought that was like a typo or some shit. Duh.
That's like a nerve-wracking story, dude. Like, it goes back.
Yeah, you don't gotta get into it.
Well, I mean, like, she's low-key the reason why I ended up getting depressed. Because, like, so this story, like, the way my therapist explained it is like, it was like a minor post-traumatic stress or like a minor traumatic event where basically, like, I loved this girl, like I had all feelings for her. I asked her to prom as a friend, right? Like, because I really liked her, but I know she didn't. At that point, I knew she didn't like me the same way. She said yes. The next day she said no. The next day she changed her mind.
Comes crashing down.
Like, so yes. So I was at an all-time high that night. I couldn't go to sleep. I was so excited. I was so happy. The next day, like I was like, telling it to people. I was like, yo, like, this happened. Like, I'm so happy. And then, like at lunchtime, it happened at lunchtime. She tells me, sorry, I don't want to be that bitch, but I don't want to go with you. And I'm like,
yeah. Yo, okay, just before we go any further, like, are you good to talk about this now? Because, like, I don't want to dig too deep if you don't.
No, I'm good. This is like, okay. I never talk about, so like, this is like a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, no, because like, obviously I don't want to pry, but I mean, if you're cool with it, I'm sure other people could find this. Like, I'm interested. I'm sure other people will be in similar situations too that they can benefit from this. But like,
yeah, no.
So what? You just want to go with a different dude, or like? Because I mean, like, here, there's two different ways to look at it. Like, she said yes initially, right? Which it sounds like you were kind of like balls deep in the friend zone.
She didn't even go with another guy. She went with her friend.
Oh damn. Okay, rip. But
yeah, it's weird.
So I mean, it sounds like you were kind of like in the friend zone to begin with, anyways.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
So like, her saying yes might be a bad thing, because like
we had our moments though. That's the thing, like, we well, not like romantic, but just like a connection, like an actual genuine connection. But it doesn't matter, like I stopped, like, we agreed to stop talking to each other recently. Like we're not talking to each other at all. So that's, it's fine, and I'm happier than I've ever been. It took me a while to realize that I am happier on my own than I am with another person. Surprisingly enough, because
you gotta be yourself first, dude. That's the problem. A lot of people, like, they'll look for a relationship because they're like this incomplete, like, broken person. They're trying to like have someone fill their void, right? When you gotta be like your own 100% full person. on your own, and then you find a partner that is also 100%, and then you guys combine, and then you're just like teammates basically.
Yeah.
But, you know, too many people try and like fill their voice. Yeah, and that's not good, you know. But anyway, okay, so I want to get this before I forget. So like, I was gonna say, like, it was honest, if she would have said yes and like followed through with going to prom with you, I would argue that would actually be worse, because like if you were actually like friend zoned hard, where nothing was gonna happen at prom, you know, she wasn't gonna make out with you, she wasn't gonna dance, and like nothing, if it wasn't gonna lead anywhere, then you would just be like super blue balls, and it would be even worse. Then she would have you by the nuts, man. Like that'd be so shit, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Fuck
I mean,
that.
honestly,
So, like,
but let's be real here. She should have just said no in the first place. I would have been fine.
oh yeah.
You know, I would have been completely.
She probably just didn't want to like
saying,
crush your soul, and then because I mean, it sounded like she was like she was a good
I asked
friend.
her in like a very low key way. Like I made sure there was, you know, I asked her like, hey, can I something like you know, step aside away for a second. You know, I wanted to make sure that she did not feel pressured to say no, because I actually want, like, if I wanted her to say no if she wanted to say no, you know, but it just that kind of situation is just too awkward, I guess.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's tough. So did you end up going to prom with anybody?
Like just
at all?
My group of friends. Yeah, I ended up going to prom with my friends. So
how was that? Decent? I mean,
I hated prom both years. So
both years.
Like seeing her there, you know, like it was just a bad feeling.
Yeah, no, I get that, dude. Especially like high school relationship drama, not relationship, but like girl drama in high school. Like, oh god, don't. Yeah, I didn't go to any school dances at all. I didn't go to my prom, nothing. You know, I had way too much Call of Duty to play to deal with that kind of stuff, man. Hell no. Prom, that's an all-day thing. I could get 12 hours of COD in, dude. I could prestige one time while you guys are all at prom. Fuck that. Hell no. Yeah, so I didn't go to any. Yeah, no, dude, it was fucking bad. I mean, it was great, but looking back at it, it's like, holy shit, I was a nerd.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, those were the days.
I can relate.
Still a nerd. But now I just leave the house every once in a while.
now I'm a buff nerd.
Me?
Oh no.
Or you?
I was talking about myself, but I was mostly quoting clips. Like he's like he has his. I think his Twitter bio was like, I was a nerd, but now I'm a buff nerd or something.
Who's that?
Eclipse.
Eclipse? Who's Eclipse?
He's he used to be a Clash Royale clickbait god YouTuber.
Oh yes, I don't know any of these people. Yes. I'm under a rock, man. Freaking Patrick Star out here. Okay, all right. So Chad had a couple other questions that I want to pop in here.
Okay.
Now I just gotta find them. If a guy breaks the snap streak, does that mean he doesn't like you?
No, we forget. We forget to send streaks. Because we don't really care about streaks as much as girls.
Bro, do you how often do you snap? Are you a big Snapchat guy?
No, I'm not. I just get on there for streaks and stories every maybe like once or twice a day. You know. Okay.
So I'm like super interested by this because like my age bracket, Snapchat's kind of like my age bracket, dude. I'm sounding like a fucking boomer. My age bracket, like I'm 24 years old for context for everyone. So like we're kind of getting away from Snapchat, right? Because like as soon as Instagram stories popped out, like everyone started using those, right? So I mean, people still use Snapchat, but it's past its prime. That's for sure, right? So when we talk about Snapchat, I'm kind of like Snapchat, you know, like I don't use it all that much, really.
Yeah,
definitely not.
I remember when people used to use it all. But like now it's like,
you could do the same thing on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. So Instagram's kind of cooler too.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Instagram and Twitter. Big fan. Dude, are you on TikTok?
Twitter's definitely not.
No? That's too Zoomer for you?
No. Yeah, like I'm good. When it comes to TikTok, yeah, no, that's where I'll join. I'm good. I don't want to.
Yeah, dude. I downloaded TikTok and holy fuck, is it so cringe? Oh my god. I hate everything about it. But there's so much potential. Like I see it from two ways. I look at it as just like an average everyday citizen, and I scroll through the feed and I'm like, oh my god, these videos are so cringe because it's all like 16-year-old girls just like doing these weird like ass angles and like seductive videos, and I'm just sitting there like, ugh, I feel like a creep. And then there's the content creator version of me that's like, the amount of attention that's on this platform, right? I think they have like 750 million users, and
no,
I swear to God,
That's insane.
I know, and the amount they have, just like the amount of content is not there to match the amount of eyes that are on the platform, right? So it's very, I don't want to say easy, but like it's possible to like pop on TikTok and have like 100,000 followers, and like really.
I have a coworker at Five Guys where I work, where he says his girlfriend is at like 60,000 followers on TikTok. Shit.
I'm telling you. I know a girl that's at 150,000. She posted like 15 videos. She's hot as balls, but that's literally like, it's like her videos suck ass, but people just follow her, and then that translates to some people like follow her on Instagram and Twitter. If I don't think she's a YouTuber or whatever, but like it's insane. So like I am conflicted on TikTok. I don't know what to think, because I want to create there because the potential, it's like a freaking gold mine. I see it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to make. It's just because like I can't do the cringe shit. Like I scroll through the feed and I see like 16-year-old dudes doing like that seductive like voiceover shit.
Yeah,
like they'll be mouthing to a song, and I'll just be like, oh my god, I want to clock you in the face right now, dude. Just stop. And then I click on their profile and they got like 2 million followers. And I'm just like, who follows this guy? I want to block this guy, let alone follow him. Dude, I don't understand it.
Jacob Sartorius.
Is he one of those cringe guys?
You really do live under a rock, don't you?
Dude, I don't know who Jacob Sagittarius is. who is he?
No, moving on. We're just gonna move on. It's okay. We don't have to get into it.
Better have a topic to move on to then, because I got nothing.
questions, because like, because you're right though. Like with TikTok, like it is a gold mine with a bunch of, but it's literally it's just the next generation's thing. Like our generation's thing was Vine, right? And like the next generation, thing is TikTok. It's just,
dude. I'm trying to see where TikTok's gonna go, because like Facebook started as like 13-year-olds, right, and then aged up. Instagram started as 13. That's what these things do. They start young and then they age up. Now the only people that use Facebooks are my grandparents. So TikTok, I'm trying to like use my crystal ball, my white boy vision, to see how it's gonna age up. If they're gonna add like pictures, if they're gonna add like, if it's become more YouTube,
if they're gonna turn it into Instagram, like an action.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what they're gonna. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to like.
I think it's gonna be the same, to be honest, because like Vine was like the same for the.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna learn from Vine. There's no way they're gonna go down the same path. They're definitely gonna modify it somehow to make it so that it'll like age up. I'm trying to see it. I can't figure it out. I don't fucking know.
I know for a fact I'm not gonna get into it because one, I'm not trying to. I'm funny. So put two and two together. Yeah, it's.
I will have you know that I think you are a very attractive young gentleman.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No Kappa pride shit. This is just a beautiful man recognizing another beautiful man. That's all this is. This is a bonding experience, okay, right, chat? Whatever, so relax.
You're just using me, okay? I know how it is. Just get me on the pod.
I know, you're probably used to being used for your looks though, man. I'm telling you this.
Probably. Anyways, moving on.
Okay, all right, fine. I was gonna let you stir in that awkwardness for a while, but I'll save you. Okay, so we have a question from chat. Well, a couple questions, but the one that I see is a good one. It's from like 5 minutes ago, so I apologize if I'm a little late on this. But where do you see yourself in 5 years? So that you'll be 24 years old. Where do you see yourself?
I would have 24 years old. I have my whole entire life together. Like everything is together. Like I see myself maybe if I keep working for Five Guys, like maybe a general manager at a Five Guys. If I go down that route, or or like an actual YouTuber that's gained, that's at like maybe 100,000, 500,000 subs
with Clash Royale.
That I'm not sure about. Obviously, if I do Clash Royale, 1,000 subs, it's gonna be more like an easy, like, well, not easy in the way like like a steady 100K if I do stay with Clash Royale. But like I've always wanted to branch out in YouTube and like see what I try to find a passion specifically with YouTube because I always admired that. Because like either that, so that's like one of two routes, and for the third one, go to college. Because in 5 years I would already be if I go to college next in 5 years I would you know, in that sort of sense, I would already like been graduated from college, you know,
Mhm.
because like the reason why I didn't go to college was because I was depressed. I didn't like I wanted to take a gap year, and I've been taking that break for a while now. And now that I'm not depressed, I'm actually motivated. Like the thought of college is actually possible for me. You know, like it
Dude,
never
I'm telling
was
you.
in the past. You know, but like
Dude,
now it is.
without getting too like, I don't want to get too personal, but like it kind of, there's a couple factors here. Will your parent, don't answer this, will your parents pay for it or help you pay for it, or can you get like a shit ton of student loans, or I mean student aid, like financial aid? Those are two huge factors, because I mean college.
I told myself I don't want to get into debt, right? But like
Bingo.
it's
Yes,
gonna happen
dude.
eventually. With
Because
like credit cards.
here's what it is. Dude, never get into fucking debt. Don't get into debt. Here's the thing with college: the return on investment, the ROI of a degree, is like nowhere near what it used to be back in like the 80s, 90s, 2000, right? Whatever. Like right nowadays, everyone has a fucking degree. Like a, not to rag on anyone listening with like a general business degree or something, because that's great, very admirable. But you know, like a communicate, like is it worth it? Like $100,000 in debt for a piece of paper that gives you like this basic, like a general studies degree, you know, some shit like that, you know, like it's probably not gonna do a whole lot for you. You would be much better off using those 4 years, like getting experience, like working in the workforce, being an apprentice to something, like, you know, that way better, making money and actually learning something, as opposed to working towards a degree that you're not going to do shit with, right? So there's a factor to consider. And then I also had another point, and I also had my 12th brain fart of the day and forgot it. But anyways, so college is a potential. I knew what I was gonna say. The biggest thing for me, I went to college. My major was intelligence studies, and my minor was in Arabic. So that's like super specific, and I actually use it directly. So if you have something like that, that's probably worth it. Oh, and my parents paid for it, so like I had no debt. So for me, it made a ton of sense. But for most people, they're not going to use their like, unless you're going to want to be something super specific where you need that degree, might not be worth it. But for me, the biggest thing for college, where the I got the most value from college, was not from my degree or any classes. It was 110% who I became, because I went to college away from home, right? So just personal development of being, I went to a college and I didn't know a single person going there, not a single soul. Completely new city, completely new college, didn't know anybody. Went there, I was a freshman, I was 17 years old, so I was young as fuck. And that was perfect for me, because I grew as an individual. I could start fresh, didn't know anybody, and I grew as a person. And that's how I became this perfect gentleman that I am today, is because of that. I got out of the house, and I was my own man, and I could find my own values and like all that, all that deep hippie shit. But so that was the ROI of college for me, was finding who I am. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that, because basically it's just another 4 years essentially before you actually get into society, and you start like making you're making a career out of yourself. Um, so like that's the thing. Like that was like the main thing for me. I didn't want to go, want to be, and I don't even know what I want to do. I was also depressed. You know, like I had like everything that was directing me into the opposite direction of college. But again, now like it's kind of tempting, but again, I don't, like there's still two of the three factors that that still stand, which is debt and not knowing what I want to do in the first place.
All right, here let's make pretend scenario, because I always think this is super interesting, and it's actually a good thing to think about. Put money aside. If, like, I don't know, I hate to use the example, if you won the lottery tomorrow, what would you do? But like, put money aside, if you could have your perfect career, if you like, what would you genuinely enjoy doing? Like, you wake up and you genuinely enjoy doing every single day.
Fucking YouTuber, bro.
Really?
Like, I'm not even kidding, because I don't see myself doing anything else that's like that would be like that I would be passionate about. I just want to, like, the way I describe my perfect job would be to be able to speak in front of people. That's it. Speak
About
in front
what?
of people about anything, about like what we're doing right now.
You just transitioned it for me. I was gonna say, so kind of like the Rozay Audio Experience.
Yeah,
kind of like this platform. Yeah, no, I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? Like, you got
to speak my mind and everything. That's
just talk about,
to entertain people. I like, like I want to be liked. I want attention. That's everyone.
Yeah.
You know, they want to be heard, and I found that to be perfect. Obviously there's stuff like music and all that, but like music, I don't want to get a career in music.
Like making music, you mean?
Like anything in music, you know, like being a music teacher, like teaching, like, you know, making music. It's like, it's, you know what I mean? It's the competition is way too much, you know, like you have to be extremely talented to even get noticed at all, you know? Like
You gotta be self-aware of what you're good at and what you're not, you know?
Exactly.
Like I would never be a singer. I mean, you could probably tell just by listening to my voice. Like I don't have a singer's voice, unless I don't know. I never tried. I always thought I could be a good country singer. I really do, just because I don't know. I'm gonna take my see dude. I think I could be a good country singer. I know that was cringe as fuck, but like
till I can't.
Yeah, see, neither of us are gonna be country singers. But like, if you give me the right line, I think I could nail it. If anything, like it's a stretch. Like I'm not gonna be a rapper. Like what the fuck? I'm not gonna string a ukulele or like nothing like that. I don't.
No,
I don't have
like,
a rasp.
Like for me, I'm like I want to be known as like a YouTuber who can sing. You know, like not like a singing YouTuber. I want to be known as like, you know, like as an entertainment.
You know Nate Hill?
Yes.
Nate Hill, the Fortnite guy. Yeah, well, I mean that guy's fucking perfect. He, you know, beautiful guy. He's literally a model. He sings. He plays guitar. He's a pro Fortnite player. Like that guy does it all, right? Like you just want to be Nate Hill. Yeah. You just want to be Nate Hill. Yeah. Okay.
You know.
All right. Cool. So you just need to grow like another 6 inch. How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
Really?
Yeah.
Like not like 5'11" and a half. Like we're talking a firm 6 foot.
I'm probably 6.5 feet, maybe six. Closer to
ladies,
6'1".
Ladies, any ladies listening to this, shout out your Twitter real quick. Any ladies? This man is 6'1.5 feet. Panty dropper.
I thought this was common knowledge.
What do you mean common knowledge? How are we supposed to? You're sitting down and we can't see below your torso. How are we supposed to know how tall you are?
I don't have legs, bro. It's a symptom. I got it from watching PewDiePie.
God, you got a long torso then to be 6 foot without legs. Whoo!
Well, like, it's I don't know. It's nice to be 6 foot, but I just don't know. Sometimes it does drag a little attention. You know, like obviously, like, you know,
it's not like you're 6'10". Like you're 6 foot.
No, I know that, but like, you know, I'm also a big guy. You know, like fat.
Not as big as you used to be because you're on your journey and you're losing weight to becoming the healthiest version of yourself.
Yeah, no, never mind. There's no downsides to being tall.
That's right. Thank you. That's what I was getting at. I didn't want to say it. I wanted you to say it, but there you go. We reached that conclusion.
Never mind. Forget what I said.
All right. Any ladies in chat we're listening to this at @StarItCR on Twitter.
Yeah, there you go. StarIte, because Starlight CR was taken on Twitter for some reason. Fucking Beatrice or whatever that dude's name is.
@Rozay is taken on Twitter too. You want to know who has it? Some random chick from like some random chick, and she barely even tweets. And I messaged her. I offered her $300 cash for the username.
How much did you offer?
$300 cash. She could keep her account. She literally just has to change her username, and then I have to be on the phone with her when she changes her username. Because as soon as she like changes her username to something else, I would be sitting there ready to click the button to change my username, right? So then I could claim it. So she could technically scam me. She could just take my, because I offered to pay her first. I was like, I would literally send you $300 PayPal right now to change your username and let me have it. And she declined me instantly. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she doesn't even use her Twitter. I'm like, what do you mean?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, dude,
bro,
I'm pissed.
If someone offered me $300,
I know, dude.
My Instagram username is @Mr. Rodriguez, Mr.Rodriguez. Right? Like that's a pretty cool username, you know? Like if someone offered me $300, yeah, take it, please.
I'm surprised you haven't been offered yet. Like that's actually pretty, like, you know how many Rodriguez's there are? It's cool, I guess. There's a lot of people that would love that name. A lot of people that would love to have that handle. And then the thing, like the @Rozay handle on Instagram, that doesn't even exist. It's not a thing. Nobody has it, but I can't make my username @Rozay on Instagram.
That's
and I'm pissed about that. I know. I'm very pissed about that. So I need to get big enough or join an organization or something that has connections at Instagram so I can claim that shit, because I want that so bad. Keeps me up at night. Okay, now that my ass is on fire, because that's a heated topic for me. Oh, I was able to. Did you change your name when you got partnered, or did you always have it?
I have always had it the same. Yeah. Well, like because like there's another partner in string. His name is Starlight.
Oh, so you got Starlight CR.
Yeah, like I can't take it from him. Like I popped into one. I offered, I actually made an offer of some like, hey, DM me, I'll offer you some money. But he's like, no, I'm keeping it. He's like, maybe if you had like $10,000. I'm like, fuck no.
For Starlight on Twitch,
Yeah.
like fuck off,
I know,
dude.
I know. But like he obviously meant as a joke. But like I was like,
yeah, no, I get, yeah, that's still
like
I got messaged because when I used to be Your Boy Rozay. For any people that are new here, my Twitch username was Your Boy Rozay because Rozay was taken by a dead account. So then when I got partnered, I contacted partner support and they yoinked it from that guy and gave it to me. Yeah, so I just need to do that on other platforms, basically.
And no, that's what he did actually. Like he went to an event, a Brawlhalla event, and he talked to the people there, and he talked to actually like Twitch representatives there, and they gave him the name Starlight.
Be nice,
so.
Yeah. Well, he's a partner, right?
Yeah, he's partnered, but I have more followers than him, and I average viewers than him. But whatever.
So you're the alpha Starlight, is what you're saying?
I am the alpha Starlight. That is true.
Perfect. Yeah, fuck that guy if he's listening. Yeah, I got some guy messaged me on Instagram too, trying to claim. It's like 2 weeks after I got the name at Rozay on Twitch. He messaged me he's like, "Yo, bro, you mind changing your name?" I was like, "What the fuck?" No, he didn't even offer me money. He's like, "Yo," and then like I was like, "Nah, bro, I worked really hard for this. It's my name." And then he still tried to like guilt me into it. He's like, "Yeah, but bro, because he's like some really good Fortnite player. Apparently, he's like ranked. His name on Fortnite is Rozay TTV." So I'm guessing like he's basically just sending me traffic. It's not me playing, but he's like one of the top tier players. So I hope that I get some followers from his Fortnite skills. That'd be funny. Yeah. So that'd be cool. But yeah, no, I'm not relinquishing that shit. I'm gonna dominate and I'm gonna monopolize the name Rozay. It'll be a household name in 25 years. That's my goal.
25 years. Are you sure social media is even gonna be around in 25 years? Question, isn't
probably
it?
It's gonna be something completely different, dude. We're all gonna be wearing contact lenses and we're gonna see through people's clothes and we're gonna know how many followers they have and we're gonna know their whole life story just by looking at them because it's gonna do facial recognition. It's gonna tell me exactly who they are.
Bro, that reminds me of the one episode from Black Mirror where like basically the situation was you can see people's ratings, like what other people rate.
I've seen that episode. I've seen like 4 episodes of Black Mirror. And I've seen that episode. Yes, that's gonna be real.
Imagine a society like that.
That technology, it exists now.
No one will talk to you if you're like a 1-star. Like if you're like a rude asshole, no one will talk to you.
Yelp reviews, like
maybe you're not. Maybe you're only a rude asshole to people because you don't want to talk to people. And like you're really kind and a good person at heart, and you only want to talk to people that you're close to, right? Like the fact that being nice to everyone is just no. I don't want to live in that society. Like you're
fake society.
You're forced to be nice to people. Now, like obviously, I encourage people to be nice to people. Like have respect and all that. But being in a society where you're forced to do it,
it's got to be genuine.
That's ridiculous. So
yeah. I mean, it's nowhere near that right now, but you could definitely see traces of that just with social media because like if you're on social media and if you have a check mark, holy fuck, does that carry a lot of weight. It doesn't mean that your words are correct, but just having a check mark, people like automatically associate that with like you having some sort of authority to talk about whatever you're talking about.
Professionalism and all that.
Right. They think that you have some sort of qualification to say whatever you're saying, even though that's not the case at all.
No,
and then if you got a shit ton of followers, and then if you're, how like on Twitter it says like when you go to someone's page, it'll say like followed by, and then it'll show you a couple people like that you have mutual followings or whatever. Like if you got some big boy names on follow, like I think we're both followed by CWA, right? So like I'm sure when people come to our pages, that's it says followed by CWA. Like if I go to someone's page and I see that like there's other respectable names following this person, I'm gonna be like, okay, shit, he's probably a good guy. Probably provides some sort of value to the world. Like, and I'm more likely to follow him back or be open to what he says, or you can see hints of it nowadays on Twitter. I think Instagram does the same thing, but like no joke, man. Your online presence is.
One of the comments were cancel culture is a thing.
Okay, so that again. Cancel culture
is a thing. Someone typed that in chat where it's like it's an actual thing.
Oh yeah, where if you fuck up once, everyone tries to cancel you.
Yeah, or I don't,
dude.
I never heard of it exactly, but I guess it has to be.
Oh, you don't know what it is? Well, it's basically like there's a bunch of like freaking, I don't want to call them like liberals, but like social justice warrior people. Like,
yeah, watch out because Twitch is run by those people, so you don't want.
yeah, no, I'm not gonna go crazy. But like, if you make one mistake, like people think that like your career, like they try and like end your career, and you know, like
past is invalid. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
all good that you've done up to this point is invalid because you said or did something that they found offensive.
Dude, it's so true. Not like you could build 1,000 bridges and suck one dick, and if you do that, you're not a bridge builder. You're a dick sucker. And nowadays, that's more true than ever. It's one thing that's gone.
And someone's like, I've seen multiple people ask this question, but on Twitch we can't get into politics at all, like whatsoever.
Oh, we can.
You know,
we can go for it.
Not a part of terms of service. Hell no. I'm not risking it.
We can get into politics, dude. I watch people. Do you know Hassan Abi or Destiny? Or okay, well, these guys literally just talk about politics all day, and like Destiny has been going through this thing where he says he openly admits to saying the N-word in private. He's a white dude, and he there's a lot more context to it, but like he doesn't get banned or anything like that. Like you could talk about politics on Twitter or Twitch. Go for it. It's my stream. I'll get banned. I'm giving you permission.
I'm good.
Okay, yeah. Unless you just don't want to like put your views out there.
Like,
just, you know,
like seriously, I don't want to get like. For me, it's I don't want to talk about politics, religion, or that's about it. Politics and religion is like the main thing I want to steer away from.
That's actually like a general life thing.
Yeah, because like all I want to do is like if I'm spreading a good message, I'm not gonna say I'm not good. Like obviously I say stuff like God bless or like I when people ask me like are you religious, I say yeah, you know, I believe in a God, you know, like, but that's it. I don't try to like, you know, I don't try to like give my values, like I don't base my values off of that when I'm like talking, you know. I base my values off of my experiences in life and what I believe in a sense that is secular and understandable by the majority of people.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time that shit just leads to like arguments, anyways, because you end up trying to like justify your point or convert the other person, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck? Who cares? Like, you're not gonna convert anybody by like persuading.
You're not gonna convert anybody by speaking. Like that's impossible.
You're just making.
You can't change what people think with words. You can't. It's impossible. You have to give an example. Like in order to change how people feel, you have to like give an example.
Live by example.
You know,
live your truth.
Action. You know.
Yeah. I'll give you an example. Do you know who CDN the Third is? Twitch streamer.
No, I do not. Sorry.
Dude, you say I live under a rock. Holy fuck, dude. Jesus Christ, he's got multi-millions. He's a multi-genre gaming experience.
You're mostly on Twitch, bro. I'm mostly on like that. That's how it is.
God, dude, freaking normie. Okay, so CDN the Third. He is camera focus. Hello. He is a Twitch streamer, and I've got a lot of respect for this guy. He's hilarious. Big, a couple million followers here. Established, fun guy. I've had several people just like throughout my life, you know, try and like persuade me to be vegan or almost like make me feel guilty, whether it be subtle or not, for eating meat, you know, like that kind of thing. Like that's a thing nowadays. And none of that ever, I was like, fuck you. Like I like chicken, like fuck off. Like, but CDN the Third, just in his bio, like in his info panels on Twitch, he has that he's a vegan. And if you want to learn more, feel free to message him. And I was like, oh fuck, this guy's a vegan? I like this guy. And just in that moment, I didn't follow up with it, but like I was like, maybe I should try going vegan or being a vegetarian or something. You know, I was very open to it in that moment.
Because you look up to this person, right?
I really like this guy. Yeah. He's living by example, but it's not in your face. You know, it's just
yeah, exactly.
It's a dude living his truth.
That's me watching FaZe Rain. He was like one of my biggest, most like insane inspirations. Right? He was the reason, he was the reason why I wanted to start doing YouTube. You know, watching him on YouTube, you know, seeing what he did. Like I really loved his, you know, like I'm like I want to do that. You know?
Yeah, I don't know much about him, but I'm guessing like give me like his 15-second spiel. Like what's he about?
Call of Duty, sniping, trick shotting, but he would have his moments like in his like get down to earth and very genuine. His main thing was like keep it real, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing person. Like I still follow him to this day.
Yeah, someone you look up to in certain ways, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I've got a bunch of those people. I can honestly say that like some of the five biggest influences in my life, you know, like obviously I feel like almost everyone, well not everyone, but like my dad is obviously one, like my mom is she's up there, you know, like a couple family members, but like I can honestly say that like a few people online, just like online personalities that don't even know I exist, had monumental impacts on who I am and like who I became.
Well, like I'm not even kidding. FaZe Rain was the person who got me into don't talk about religion or politics. He was actually the person who taught me that philosophy. Fun, like, you know, like in a vlog, he's like, no, I do not talk about this. I do not talk about that. We are only here for good vibes, like, you know, chill vibes. You know, we're here for a good time. You know, so yeah, that's where
that's just one tangible example. I mean, I'm sure there's a shit ton like that. He morphed your if you consumed a lot of his content and spent a lot of time with him. I'm sure he morphed your like who you are. You know.
Yeah. Yeah,
like there was several like there was one guy, his name is Elliott Hulse on YouTube. He's got a couple million. He's like a strength guy, and I was super into him. I like worshipped this guy for like a couple of years, and during those couple of years I was also like really into bodybuilding, right? Because he was rubbing off on me. That was okay, that sounded like fucking Kappa pride. He was metaphorically rubbing off on me, so that way I was adopting his like personality trait, his mental state, like that kind of thing, right? And it was great. I was, you know, super buff, you know, it sounds like a douche way to say it, but like I was in very good shape.
Yeah, you told me you were like 170, 5'10".
Yeah, I was 25 pounds heavier of straight muscle. You know, I would eat healthier and just and when you're physically healthy, you're mentally healthy, like. And then he would also just do like thoughtful talks on you know, how to. His whole thing is becoming the strongest version of yourself, physically, mentally, you know, spiritually, the whole 9 yards.
Becoming the strongest version of yourself.
Yes.
That's what I heard. I said virgin.
Oh, virgin? No. I'll leave that for you. I'll leave that for you in your sweatshirt.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, I just threw the reverse card at you. That's right. Yeah, Uno master over here.
Rocks sweatshirt. You're gonna make fun of me for it. Okay.
Hey man, that's right. We're playing Uno, and I hit you with the reverse card, man. You got to be ready. You don't know what I got in my hand here. You don't know. I could hit you with a draw 4 next.
Oh shit! All right, go.
Well, I don't remember where I was going, but. Yeah, I mean, you're influenced by the people that you spend a lot of time with, and nowadays with the internet, you don't need to be physically with them, right? Like another guy that I could say has he's not top 5, but Nick Merckx. You got to know who Nick Merckx is.
Yeah, Nick Merckx is an absolutely amazing. I admire the fuck out.
Yeah, one of the main reasons I started streaming.
So down to earth.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, so his community is. He actually has a community on Twitch, and oh my god, is it. One of the main reasons I started streaming, man, because I was a subscriber to him. I still am, but like, it just his chat, like it's a genuine community, and I had never seen something like that, like an online thing like that. And I was like, holy fuck, dude! Like, I would love to have my own community like that, and I'm well on my way to that. Nowhere near the scale of he is, but you know, like what really opened my eyes is like I follow a handful of people, like some super day ones. Like I follow them back on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, like. Clanmates that have been there for a while, or you know, just people in chat, whatever, just like a couple of them. And I noticed like when I, you know, because like I look at all my Instagram comments and replies and like, you know, like shit like that, and I'll click on some of their profiles just to see who I'm kind of working with here, and I'll see that some of people that are in my chat are following each other, like something like my clanmates, they'll like follow each other on Instagram sometimes, and I'm like, oh shit, you know, like I didn't do that, like they're mingling with each other, and that's like the start of a community. So when I see shit like that, I'm just like, ooh, because it's like it's a taste of what I'm really shooting for, you know.
Yeah, like
I would love to see that.
Some of my viewers follow each other on. I think it's pretty.
I love it, dude. I get so fucking high on my own supply with that shit. Where oh my god. I fucking love it.
Pingus is an OG in my streams. He says like, remember when I used to get into. I mostly like when I got into like the closest I ever got to politics was like giving my opinion on freedom of speech mainly, you know, like being able to speak my mind and stuff. That was it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So
dope. Okay, let's turn to the chat here for a couple more questions. We've already been going for an hour and a half. We've been going for an hour and a half. Okay, Chad, before this podcast, I said, you know, I could see it going, you know, 15, 20 minutes. I can't imagine it going more than an hour. Here we are, an hour and a half in, still cruising along just fine. Some people you just click with, man. Me and Starlight, I feel like we'd be good friends in real life. Just, you know, This is this dude, what is this, like the second or third time I've actually talked to you, like, voice, you know, besides, like, the usual, like, chat banter.
Yeah, no, I got you, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like we've known each other for 10 years here, but I mean, I feel like we're... Just kind of vibing, chilling.
Yeah.
Fine. Where was I going with that? What was I saying? How did I get into that?
Like we've been talking for an hour and a half.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here, chat. We're gonna start wrapping it up just because I'm an old ass man and it's almost 11:30 and I want to get to bed. Okay, chat. If you guys got any more questions, feel free to let them rip right now. I'll try and get a couple more, and we'll see what happens. All right. When we going on a date? This is a legitimate question, podcast listeners. This is a legitimate question. How about this Friday? Down? We could go on an e-date.
Our date on Friday. Netflix, like, have you ever had a Netflix date online?
A Netflix and chill date?
You start the movie at the same time and you're in voice chat.
Dude, they used to have a feature in Netflix that you could do that. Watch with a friend. I used to do that with my buddy on Xbox like not 10 years ago, but like they used to have a feature. They took it away. It was a great feature.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, yes, we could still go on our date, but then I have to leave early because I might have another date.
Oh, okay. Already flexing.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Okay. All right, chat. Any other questions? I think there's a couple. Okay. No. We're not talking about Trump.
Nope.
What's your best advice you could give people who want to achieve their dreams and pursue their passion? Go.
Repeat the question.
This is kind of deep. So like, if you could come up with something on the spot for this one, that's actually good. Like, I'll give you a lot of
to achieve their
credit.
dreams and pursue their passions.
Yes.
Just honestly, first you got to establish yourself, right? Because if you don't have a good foundation, what makes you truly happy, and also happiness is a like there's a difference between happiness and moral obligation. So happiness is a luxury, right? So like sometimes you're gonna find this like moral obligation to do, like for example, being a parent. Right, you're not always going to be happy. Like your life is now dedicated to that child that you brought into this world, right? And so, like you're going to make a lot of sacrifices, you know. And it may not, like, obviously you're gonna, maybe you can find, you know, true actual most of the time you will find true actual happiness in like family, but most of the time it's going to be sacrifice, right? So you gotta differentiate those two things. All right, now that we got those things in order, you got to find that foundation for yourself to actually make yourself useful in society, and then, you know, once you got that down, then I think you easily find happiness.
Okay, hang on. Let me read the question one more time. Best advice you could give people who want to achieve their dreams and pursue their passions. Okay. Oh, I've got this. I love fucking talking about this stuff. I could talk about this shit for hours, man. It gasses me up. I'm gonna try and make this as clear and concise as humanly possible, so I don't make this podcast 9 hours. Because, dude, if our first podcast is like crazy long, people are gonna see it and like not click on it because they're gonna be like, "Holy shit." Okay. So achieve your dreams and follow your passions, I think it was. So for nowadays, it's easier than ever because with the internet, you can literally just put out an immense amount of content for whatever you're passionate about. If you're passionate about underwater basket weaving, put out a fuck ton of start an underwater basket weaving podcast. You could literally have a monopoly on that because I'm sure it doesn't exist.
Or YouTube videos, since, you know,
everything. LinkedIn videos, do TikTok underwater basket weaving. Oh my god, just do your passion and share it with the world. And then if you do it properly, I mean, you obviously have to like research how to do it properly and, you know, like most effectively and stuff like that. But you could, I mean, look at me and Starlight here. You know, we're not making a, you know, 100K a year doing this shit by any means, but I mean, we both are very passionate about gaming and content creation, and we're just, you know, who knows, in 5 years we might be popping off. You know, who knows? But I mean, it's
we're
just
vibing. You know, we're having fun. We're doing this.
I'm enjoying the process, right?
Yeah.
So if you could just enjoy the process of whatever you're doing, you'll probably get to wherever you want to go, because other people could see if you're passionate about something.
Exactly. Yeah. That's that. Yep. For sure. Like other people.
And if you're passionate about something, you're probably gonna put a lot of effort into it and a lot of time, and you're probably gonna do it well, right? So if you just give yourself and just go do it as much as you can, as hard as you can, you just go crazy with it.
Well, there's also the other question of like, well, how do you know what you're passionate about? How do you know what makes you happy? Because
you want to know how?
Are like, well, like for some people, it's like, you know, we're most people are pretty average at like almost everything, you know.
Yeah.
Like I could be passionate about music. I wasn't really that passionate about it, even though I love listening to music. I love music, dude, but I can't make a career out of it, you know. Like I'm not that passionate about it.
Right.
So
And that's
like I was
fine.
able to, yeah, and I was able to find, like I was lucky. I was able to find this, and sorry, I'm going a blank here. Um, like right now I have a, you know, right now I have a job. I'm making money on the side, but I'm also doing this at the same time. Not it's like it's not a career, but you know I'm making the most about I'm making the most out of what I have, you know, and I'm genuinely happy. So
That's what it's all
it's not
about, man.
exactly, yeah, it's not exactly like being successful. It's more about, you know, just
Success is relative.
having having a
What
good
is
time.
success?
And
Some people's success is money. Other people's success is happiness.
yeah,
You know?
success is actually, yeah, that is a very relative term. Like to the secular wise, it's all about money and followings, really. That's really all it is. Like attention is like the main thing that
Attention is how
people
you
think
get
of
anything you
success.
want.
Yeah.
Attention
So
is anything you want in life. If you want to sell something, if you want to get something, attention. You just need to get people's attention, and then what you do with that attention is the variable of success.
hmm but to me, success would be, you know, finding my soulmate and starting a family. You know, that's a successful life to me, personally speaking. You know,
Yeah,
obviously I have dreams and goals and all that, but like it's like right now my priority is to get my life straight. You know, but like an end goal of mine would be to, you know, to raise a family. That's for me
absolutely.
personally. So
See, and that's a lot of people share that, but that's not shared because there's almost like a pressure to have like these big aspirations. If I want to start $1 trillion company and I want to be the next Facebook, you know, like, there's a lot of pressure to do that shit. But if you want to, if you're happy making 40 grand a year and you got 2 kids and you work 9 to 5, and then you come home and you spend 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. playing with your kids, and that's what you love, mazel tov. That's
don't
fucking
be afraid
awesome.
of routine. Don't be afraid of a normal life, because like there's like an ordinary life is the most beautiful thing like ever, you know. Like, and
It
people
might
don't
not be to
realize
some
that.
people,
Like,
but that's fine. You know, not
well,
everyone.
I mean,
Some people
it,
might want
well,
to
yeah,
travel every day. Some people might want to live in a fucking van.
yeah, well,
You know?
or like live in a, like that.
Yeah.
To me, in my opinion, an ordinary life is the most beautiful thing. So
There you go. One of my good buddies is the same. I have 2 really close friends, and my one buddy is like super driven, where he's making a fuck ton of money because he just hustles, grinds, and he's gonna be super successful financially and stuff. And then my other buddy, he's like a health inspector for the city, and he makes okay money, but he doesn't. He's happy leaving work at 4. That's his thing, and he's thrilled. And they butt heads a lot because they disagree. Like my one buddy's like so driven, he always like tries to force his drive on other people. But that's not his thing,
mm,
At the end of the day, whatever makes you happy. So it's gonna be different for everyone. Like for me, I like to keep busy, and I always know that I would be a million times happier living in a studio apartment somewhere, working working on something that I'm passionate about and not making a shit ton of money, as opposed to working a job I hate and making $500,000 a year or something like that. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I feel
That's
that. Like
you know.
the main thing about, you know, obviously it's the reason why society is like so focused on money is it's honestly just security, you know. Like you want to feel secure, you want to feel safe, and if you have money, most 9 times out of 10 you're gonna feel safe, you know.
And I think that's definitely true. And I also think the other side of the coin, and arguably even more, is that people care way too much about the opinions of other people. Way too much. So that way they need to buy a Mercedes instead of a Corolla. They need to buy the Gucci hoodie instead of the H&M store brand.
They need to buy a car before they need to buy like a nice ass car before,
keeping up with the
you
Joneses,
know.
man. It's flexing and
You gotta,
flossing everywhere. Instagram, so you do that shit, and that you're working a job you hate because you got to pay, because you got a 4-bedroom house when you only need a 2, and you got to work the extra hours at work, and you fucking hate your life but you got to live in the neighborhood. You got to have a Mercedes. I hate that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's the plague in today's society.
Mm-hmm. There's like
Care too
always
much.
having to look having to look perfect. That's social media. That's what social media brought to us, is the idea of perfection. You know, like ever since social media came around, we're just like, the idea of perfection has never seemed so close, but still very, very far. You know, because you see
I would
Instagram.
disagree with that. I think that people were insecure before social media. Now it's just easier to see for us.
Well, what I mean by that is, so with Instagram, well, like social media can cause depression. First off, second off, it's like with Instagram, you know, it's only showing the best of yourself, you know,
The highlight reel,
and
yeah.
and there's that's always gonna, something like that's always gonna go downhill, you know, because you can't keep up this perfect act all the time, you know.
Yeah.
Like people are, like if you're this amazing model on Instagram and you're beautiful and then finally someone meets you in real life and you're a bitch, you know, that's you know, like that can be very disappointing to the person who admires you on Instagram, but also it's very effective onto yourself, because it's really hard to explain, to be honest, because I'm trying to talk right now. Words are hard.
You're good, bro. You're good.
They're given this idea on Instagram that they're this role model and everything, but they can be like dead inside, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. But they're being kept alive. They're being kept, like they're this flicker of like dopamine in their heads, and like of this attention online is really where they get, you know, where they thrive and survive on, which is not good. They should be surviving in real life and communicating with people, you know.
Yeah, I just think that, I mean, I totally get that. I just think that the same behavior would exist without social media. It just wouldn't be as visible to everyone else. Like if you're insecure, like I don't think social media makes you insecure or anything like that. I think you would still be insecure without social media. But I think that it could definitely trigger it to be more frequent, especially if you're going on Instagram every day, and then because when you go on Instagram you compare yourself to everyone else on Instagram. And
yes,
yeah.
That's also,
so I think that it can kind
of.
I think, you know, I don't think it causes it, but I think that it can tumbleweed the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
A stimuli to make it worse. But it's just my opinion. All right, dude. It's been hour and 45 minutes, so I think that we should wrap it up.
All right.
Any final thoughts here? Anything you want to get off your chest? Speak to the greater crowd. You're on the very first episode. If any of you guys listening right now, whether you're in the chat or on Spotify or Apple Music, if you're listening right now, YouTube, whatever, thank you. I appreciate you for sticking it out this far. That you're fucking incredible. I will kiss you on the lips. All you have to do is drop a comment on this. Yeah. Okay. So closing thoughts. Go ahead. Whatever you got, man. The stage is yours. You could plug anything. You could promote anything. You could just say whatever's on your chest, man. Whatever. Your stage.
Well, not really. So thank you very much for having me on as your first guest. Like, I'm actually I've always wanted to do, like, have the idea of like doing a podcast, but I was like, maybe it's not meant for me. Obviously I love to talk. That's why I do Twitch. That's why I do YouTube. But it would just be too awkward if I was by myself, you know, and not having like anything in the background or like any, like, you know, gameplay and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I already do enough of that on Twitch.
No, I hear you, dude. I'm getting very good at talking to myself. That's what Twitch has helped. I'm very good at talking to myself now, and other people too. It translates. But yeah, dude. Hey, I could bring you on as like a co-host sometimes. You know, from here and there, depending on the guest or whatever. You know, like, or we could do another episode a couple months down the road. You know, who knows? Whatever. We'll figure it out. If that's something that you're into. But yeah, anything else you want to throw out there? You know, I mean, hey, definitely throw out your Twitter and Instagram so people could drop you a follow, or, you know, give your
Twitter.
Let people know.
At starlightcr, and Instagram at starlight.c. That's it.
Go, folks. Hey, drop this man a follow. You will not regret it, my man. Top tier human. Even better. Well, no, actually, other way around. Hang on. Great Clash Royale player, even better human. That's what I was going for.
What it do,
All right.
baby?
All right, you heard it. I don't know who's going to be on the next episode of the podcast, but I'm sure it'll be someone juicy. All right, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for listening, guys. I appreciate you. If you enjoyed this, be sure to, depending on where you're listening or watching, drop a like on the video or leave a rating. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It is my oxygen. Thank you for all of your support. Catch you in the next one. Peace.